Bim bam boom pow. Golden Flute versus Persian Warrior. Tzeentch versus Skaven. Skaven build's pretty good. Oop, excuse me. Don't like Council Guard. Otherwise, it's pretty good. Don't love them, but they're okay. For this game, we have Natty Boop Sharpshooters, backed up by Ikit Zap Zap. That is their long-range presence. Now I have the hiccups, and that's going to be great for this recording. Gracie of Ruin with Howling Warp Gale and Warp Lightning. Triple Skaven Slave Slingers. 4 Gutter Runners, 2 of Poison, 2 don't. Frontline of Skaven Slaves. 4 Rat Ogres in the back, and as we mentioned, the Council Guard. Storm Vermin, Halberd, ROR. They're unbreakable. For the side of Tzeentch, we have a very spread out build. 4 Chaos Furies already in the back. 4 Marauder Horsemen of Tzeentch, or just 2? I mean, well, 3. 1, 2, 3. Looks like just 3. 4 Chaos Spawn, 4 Marauders, and we do have a Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Tzeentch with blue and pink fire with his Chaos Spawn summon. So Ikit Zap Zap is going to try and keep that Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Tzeentch on his back foot. Meanwhile, Gunrunners get attacked by Furies, and they might need some assistance from the Rat Ogres nearby, as these little Eshin Assassins are... They're good lads, but they're slightly outclassed in this battle here. Especially because their physical resistance is entirely mitigated by all of Tzeentch's roster having magic damage. Gutter Runners also in a bit of trouble. Gutter Runners, yes. Gutter Runners with sniper rifles. The Jezzail teams are under attack, and the Council Guard need to be activated a lot quicker to save them. So far, the Skaven having a couple whoopsies in their micro, just a little slow on these engagements. But now the Rat Ogres and the Council Guard will take care of those Furies. These guys both get pressured off, because Gutter Runners are amazing at killing off light cavalry and flyers. They don't worry about it at all. Slinger's going to try and damage the spawn of Tzeentch on their way in. Chaos Spawn in general really don't like dealing with light archers and or slingers. And more of those very expensive Chaos Furies are dying for little effect. Unfortunately for them, diving Gutter Runners is not their best play. They did, however, shatter the Natty Boop Sharpshooters, so this Fury did its job. Good job, that Fury. The other ones, they kind of sucked and died. Frontline falling apart for the Skaven as a pink fire comes through the Slaves, though the Council Guard will not be affected by those flames nearly as much, and the Chaos Spawn will quickly die to the Storm Vermin Halberds. Skaven Slave Slingers retreating. I thought it was Ikit Zap Zap crew. Ikit Zap Zap crew, however, is also going to retreat any moment now. There they go. And the Skaven are honestly in a little bit of trouble already. Both Ikit Zap Zap and the Jezzails are shattered. Oof. Brutal. Okay, so they've lost most of their main range. We have some slingers here and there trying to do a bit of damage to the Chaos Spawn. Gutter Runners, how are we doing? I see one routing over here. One is fine. On the other side, both are routing. Yeah, so Skaven in real trouble. Spawn and Marauders trying to chase down the Gracier, who is doing his best to avoid them. And Rat Ogres bravely fighting against the last remnants of Chaos Spawn on this side, plus some Marauders, but the Chaos Spawn are just about toast. There's only a couple models left of those, 400 HP between them. Not really such a big deal. Skaven are going to try and rally some of their slingers. This Chaos Spawn is a summon, so at least that'll get better over time. Warpstone Scroll going to damage the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Tzeentch a little bit. And the Skaven have just got to kind of focus on eliminating some stuff. We can see some of these low health Furies are trying to chase things off the board, so if we can get time for the Gutter Runners to snipe them out once and for all, that would be pretty good. I don't know about trying to Lord Snipe the enemy. Yeah, he's too armored. I don't think Slingers can really do that much to him right now. In comes a Warp Lightning onto the Chaos Spawn. Really good damage if you can hit a clump of them like that just did. So a couple models even died while the Storm Vermin continue to grind through these fools. And I like that synergy, actually. The Chaos Spawn of Tzeentch have Armor Sundering, so they can make the Storm Vermin only 60 armor, making it much easier for Marauders to do something. Skaven Slave Spears even buffed up by the Unholy Clamor, losing pretty badly to Chaos Spawn, but they were a summons. They all disappeared at the last possible moment as this one burly Chaos Spawn goes wandering into Rat Ogres. Probably just to die horribly, but we'll have to see. There he goes. Spawn is dead. Other Spawn is dead. Another pink fire in to toast the Council Guard. Who did not enjoy that one bit? There's the Warp Lightning. Thought I saw one coming down. So there they all go. Council Guard hanging out with the Gracier. We still have some Rat Ogres, some Slingers. Bolt of Change gonna hit the Gracier. Nice little bit of poke damage here and there. Tzeentch currently resetting, just chasing down everything they can and shattering it before coming back for the next fight. Maybe gonna run down some Skaven Slave Slingers who are trying to retreat, but the spawn are faster, 42 speed to 38. Just a bit faster, but honestly won't get that much ground on these poor little Slingers. And a predictive Warp Lightning hits the Marauders, gets through their barriers and just a little bit extra while Slingers start to open up on the spawn. In come the Council Guard, in come the Rat Ogres. But out go the secondary Slingers. And a bunch of Marauder Horsemen are closing in all around. The Council Guard can't be in every direction at once, but more Rat Ogres rejoin the fight again to punch the spawn of Tzeentch in the back of the head. Go Rat Ogres, go. Bounce power is evening out quite a bit, but if Tzeentch can stall, they can throw out more blue fires and finish off the Gracier, more pink fires and poke down the Council Guard a bit. We do have a good amount of skirmish cavalry. Still looking for a bit of a fight. What is that weird sound? I don't like that sound at all. These skirmish cav running away from the Gracier do need to fire. I don't think they have fire at will on, but that means they're not firing without orders. So unfortunately, those skirmish cav over there are not shooting. Now they are. And the Gracier overcasts with the Unholy Clamor, so damages himself. Council Guard are very depleted as a force. Down to 1,500 HP. And we have another Warp Lightning. Gonna rout the Marauders, do a little bit of damage to the spawn. Not too much for the fight with Council Guards. We take those. Okay, Skirmish Cavalry backing off. Gonna use all their ammunition on Rat Ogres, most likely. Rat Ogres or the Gracier, as a pink fire goes straight through the Skaven Slaves that were just charging in, doing a lot of damage to them. And another Bolt of Change out for the Gracier of Ruin. It does a good little bit of poke. Kind of surprised they're not using more blue fires on the Gracier than pink fires on the troops, but is what it is. Doombolt got a lot of damage. Tzeentch is still ahead of the bounce power slightly. Some Furies have returned briefly. Again, I think they're just being used entirely to take out random slaves, which I wish the Slingers would turn and fire at these guys. Looks like they're going to Howling Warp Gale to lock them in place, please. No. So they'll live. The Furies will live. Still have 3 Furies on the board. Another blue fire hits the Gracier. And Tzeentch doing Tzeentch things as the Skaven regroup. Oh, I hate this so much. Warp Gale, but Skaven Slave Slingers aren't even going to get through his barrier. And the Furies are closing in on him. Really wanted to see that Howling Warp Gale on the Chaos Furies of Tzeentch so that the Slingers get a couple shots at him and trigger that Demonic Stability crumbling. You just don't have the actual resources to do damage to that Chaos Lord with Howling Warp Gale. So the Furies rout the Skaven Slaves and get away, but do they survive the encounter? Looks like yes. The Gracier did not take his Potence of Verminous Doom. Yeah, so they don't take a leadership debuff when they get near him. Another Warp Lightning is out, damaging the Marauder Horsemen a little bit as they kite away. And the Furies pick up more Skaven. Chaos Horse Lord of Tzeentch needs to spend all of his Winds of Magic on blue fires onto the Gracier. As the Gracier tries to throw out a Scorch, does a little bit of damage on the Marauder Horseman. There's a blue fire. We needed 1,000 HP left on the Gracier. Tzeentch's Furies continue to run stuff down, but it looks like Tzeentch is running out of ground troops. Pretty soon you start taking the only units you have is in the air debuff. ×2 speed as both sides just chase down what they can, and the blue fire caster tries to get another blue fire ready. There he goes. Gracier's down to 500 HP. Rat Ogres are trying to find the Furies, who do back off again. Got the Marauder Horseman back, so the flying debuff isn't going to apply, but we lose the Chaos Furies of Tzeentch, who get Howling Warp Guild after they're already Demonic Instability crumbling, so a bit of a whoopsie there. I guess the other ones aren't in range, and he knows one more blue fire and his Grey Seer's dead, so I suppose he's factoring that in. If the Grey Seer dies, the Skaven Slaves will be literally useless. They'll just rout instantaneously. The Rat Ogres will probably rout from a rear charge after their lord is dead. In comes the blue fire. Ooh, some of them hit the ground for no reason. So the Grey Seer survives for now. In comes a Bound Scorch. Did the Overcast kill him? No, he didn't Overcast. Wow, that was lucky. A little risky, but the Furies are gonna die. Marauder Horsemen throw in a couple volleys here and there at the Rat Ogres, but they're going to rout again any second now for leadership. Retreating with that one ammunition, throwing at Rat Ogres on the way. There's another Howling Warp Gale to lock the Flyers in place and just keep them away from the Skaven forces. Do you have one more blue fire in the tank? Marauder Horsemen stop and charge the Rat Ogres once they run out of ammunition. There's the final blue fire, so these Rat Ogres are going to rout. The Skaven Slaves will rout. The Grey Seer will die. And the Balance of Power goes Armilos' territory against the Skaven. But the Marauder Horsemen are going to rout. Not shatter, but rout. One rear charge and those Rat Ogres are gone. Then you have 37 Council Guard to get through. In comes the charge. As the Furies are trying to land on these guys, there's the big charge. Negative leadership. The Rat Ogres are running. Everything is shattered. Army losses has officially hit, but the Storm Vermin don't care. 37 brave halberds versus some Chaos Furies and a Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Tzeentch with full barriers. But there is no more reinforcements coming for Tzeentch. This is it. As the Furies tear apart the Council Guard will fight back. Furies are not large, so they don't take that debuff, but they do have Demonic Instability as the Council Guard get very, very close to death. 279 HP, 16 models, but they're so close to killing the Furies, and then maybe they could just surround this large lord and kill him, though he does have 360 weapon strength, so depending on how his splash damage works, I mean, he could one-shot the Council Guard if his damage spread across everything perfectly, but obviously that's not how this works. Chaos Furies holding on to the very last. Council Guard down to 10 models. And there go the Furies. Balance of Power is a solid green bar as 8 Council Guard take on this Chaos Sorcerer Lord. His barriers are gone. Council Guard are down to 70 HP. Chaos Sorcerer Lord still getting chopped by halberds on all sides. He needs to swing much more often. Council Guard still at 73 HP and 6 models. 5 models, they lost one of them, but this guy's down to 800 HP. Balance of Power is still a solid green bar. His leadership's dipping occasionally, but doesn't seem to be that big of a problem. As the final Council Guard continue the fight, none of them died from that attack. 59 HP. The Lord is at 513. Council Guard lose another model. Chaos Lord's down to 400 HP. Balance of Power is still just a solid green bar. And I caught it at the exact moment. Holy shit, that was actually... I didn't mean to catch it like that. So, there is a sliver of red on this Balance of Power, even though the only thing for Tzeentch is currently routing. The game is literally over, and the Balance of Power is still like, nah, it's fine, no. Army losses is a myth. Council Guard with 2,800 value. Slingers did great. Grey Seer did fantastically. Gutrunners did okay. Natty Bubos and the Warp Lightning Cannon both got shut down, though. That was a big problem. For Golden Floof, his Lord did okay. Good job sniping out the Grey Seer. Marauder Horseman of Tzeentch did alright. Furies did fantastically. And Chaos Spawn did okay. GG's. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.